Can we ask you about the storm?
Sure.
What are we doing about the storm? Is the state ready? You've had some practice.
Yeah, this is, we were talking earlier about this. I think by the time we get to the end of the winter, and this will be a good example of where averages don't tell you a lot, because I think our average temperature will probably be pretty consistent with past winters. Our average snowfall will probably be pretty consistent and all the rest, but it's pretty unusual to have a winter where, you know, it's -0, it's 0 or below 0 for 3 weeks, and then it's 50 to 70 for a couple of weeks, and then you get 3 nor'easters in a row. So to some extent, it's the variability of this winter that's been the biggest challenge, more than sort of the totals, which I don't think will look that much different than they've looked before. The thing about this particular storm, as it's currently prescribed, is it starts late tonight, maybe even early in the morning, 12 to 1 o'clock, somewhere on the south shore, and just works its way up. And it's going to be peak season for this storm right around the time people are getting out of bed and starting to make decisions about trying to go to work, and it's going to stay that way through most of the day. So the timing on this storm, in terms of people's ability to get to work in the first place, and then to get home later on, the timing on this is probably going to be as rough as any we've seen. And the big question we've been talking to the Weather Service about is severity. I mean, they've said in some of their earlier reports to us that they anticipate we could be talking about 1 to 3 inches of snow an hour, which is right on the edge of whiteout conditions for anybody who'd be out on the roads. The other thing that's particularly concerning about this storm is the breadth of it. I mean, they're talking about a storm that literally will stretch from the coastal communities all the way west of Worcester, with very similar impact throughout that, and from the Rhode Island border all the way up to New Hampshire. I mean, that's a really big storm, delivering a pretty big punch across a very wide swath of central and eastern Massachusetts, and continuing, by the way, to put snow down all the way to Berkshire County. And the snow totals that people are talking about over that relatively short period of time, when you people start talking about 12 to 18 inches over that kind of period of time, you're talking about a ton of snow in a very short window, which creates all kinds of serious issues around safety. And I think the next set of conversations we're going to have with our own team and with the Weather Service is going to be about safety. And we'll probably have more to say to this as we get closer to the end of the day. The one curveball in all this, and anybody who's watched a weather report for the last 48 hours knows this, is they're still waiting to see if the storm banks a little bit to the left or a little bit to the right. Depending upon that, it has a big impact on how much snow we get and what the rate of the fall of the snow turns out to be. And I can't believe how much I know about snow. Thank you, everybody. Take care.
Thank you.